My son Jacob, he is now 6.5 years, recently surprised me quite tremendously. Actually, he doesn't know about Nokia, he doesn't know about Canon, but when I connected my Apple TV to our television, he said, "Daddy, Netflix!" Right? And I had heard about Netflix just 2 weeks ago, right? So Nokia, Canon, big brands of the past, not known. And we actually as leaders might get afraid if we hear these stories, since what happens to our companies? How do we ensure that our companies stay alive, keep in the competition a good role, and make them well prepared for every future trend which might appear? So what can we do as leaders and as managers actually to tackle these trends of volatility, of complexity, of uncertainty, of ambiguity? We think there are two questions which we have to ask ourselves, and the one is, what is the right organizational setup? So how do we need to develop our organizations in order to cope with this kind of fast changing environment? And here actually we observe something, that traditional change management approaches might not be as dynamic as the environment is. And to give you an example, the traditional setup of an organization today, I borrowed this from my 6-year-old son, might look as follows. We have a rigid structure with clear defined jobs, which are having good interfaces, which are strong, everyone knows its place, and to destroy it, it's rather difficult. However, what I have to do to bring together now this red block with the other red blocks, right? What do I have to do to actually make a change in this? And this is quite some effort, since I would really have to take out the whole organization and to reassemble it in a way that suits better the demand from the outside, right? So actually this costs time, and of course we still do not know if now, having all the reds with each other, if this is a better approach. More or less, as we learned, it might be that we have to change the setup in total, that we have to make it more lean. So let's look at this model, which is a more lean model, right? Again, moving from this model to this model would take some effort, to transfer and make the transition happen between all the roles, all the job profiles, to give everyone a place. And our traditional change management approaches are moving from one rigid situation into a new one. And I could add a couple of more models here. And believe me, after the second, the third change, people are tired. And if change has become the new normal, is it then wise to work with rigid models? And are they the best solution for all our organizations? We think we could also come up with something different, which I also borrowed from the play Good of my son, which are geomags. And here you see something which is also somehow a structure. But as you can see, these pieces are connected by magnets, right? And this allows a certain connectivity. So if I want two people to work together here, it's just making use of their connectivity and bridge it, right? If you want here to add resources, it might be simple, since you add them at one point of the pyramid, right? If you think that actually even here there's something to change, since here you have too many people in this area, you still can change it. And since people are connective, you can use them in different ways. And you see that the whole structure is more flexible, gives more points of interaction as the rigid model of the Duplo. So one thing could be to rethink in which areas do these rigid models make sense and where we need much more flexibility. And this is of course no linear solution, there are also round solutions or whatever solution you want to have. These organizations are driven by hierarchy, status, by something where there are rules. Here we are more into the competence field. Who is capable to do what? So here the mindset of people would need to change. Feeling safe by having talents, a skill set, by being capable to reach out to other people, to collaborate, to be one maybe here in the peak as a leader of something, right? And the next day you move down and be a supporter of a project. Yeah. And actually what drives the whole organization is that you are successful in managing these challenges from the outside.